Good day, ladies, and welcome to our continuing series on financial documents. Today we are looking at municipal bills. Okay, so here's a municipal bill, and you can see there is a lot going on here. Okay, so let's go and have a look in detail. So here you can see this is from the City of Joburg Municipality, right? And first things first, you can see there I've got a little barcode for my tax invoice. And this is who it is going to, right? This is who it is addressed to. We've got the name, we've got the surname, well, at least the initials and the surname, and the address. Then, if we go over to this side, we can see the details of the City of Joburg Municipality. We've got contact numbers, we've got a PO box over there, and an email address, right? We've also got the VAT numbers over there, right? So that's also important. We can see the date this statement was issued. The statement is for the month of January, right? Physical address of the individual, the stand, in other words, your particular physical place, and where is this located in the township of Florida, right? And then over here, our stand size. This is indicating what is the size of the property that the individual has. In this case, the property is 789 square meters. There's one dwelling on there. This is the date at which it was evaluated, right? That is to get a market value. So in other words, what is the worth of that piece of property? And here they tell us the market value is 1.17 million rand for that particular piece of property. Okay. We've got an invoice number, client VAT number, the deposit, 570 Rand, needed to be paid. They will display your account number here again, right? And then we've got these items here. Previous account balance, less the incoming payment, subtotal, and current charges. So when I look at this figure over here, just zoom out. Previous account balance, 2,138 Rand 32, less incoming, in other words, the person paid 2,300, right? So the subtotal is the person actually paid more than what they needed to, therefore the subtotal is in a negative. In other words, it's actually in a credit, so the municipality owes the person money. And then the current charges are 1,783 Rand, which then means, and when we look at this, the total due you can see is 1632. It's less than this. Why? Because that credited amount needed to be taken off of this in order to give us our total due. When is it due? At the end of January. There you see total amount outstanding. There's nothing for the other days except current. Okay. Then when we look at the bottom over here, we see the remittance advice. In other words, how can you pay this invoice? You can use Easy Pay, the post office, apps. They give you all the details, the amount due, and when it is due. Okay, so all of that is there. This is in terms of a summary of what you would owe the municipality. Now, this was just a breakdown of those numbers, so you can always have a look through this when you're watching the video again, and just link it up to what you would have seen over there. Right. Then at the back of this, we would have another section, right? This goes into detail now in terms of my property rates and my electricity and my water and sanitation, refuse and sundries, right? So this gives us now a breakdown. This is why when you get these type of documents, they will ask you questions based on the property rates, and they'll ask you questions based on the water and sanitation. So we're just quickly going to look at those two. So our property rates, sorry that it's not that clear. They tell us it's based on the market value, which we saw earlier at 1.17 million. Okay. We know we've got a property of around, I think, 798 square meters, and they give us the breakdown of how they get to those rates, right? They also tell us The rates are going to be less rates on the first 150,000 of the market value, and that is what gives us our, I think it's about 418 rand 88 cents for our rates, right? The water and sanitation, I'm going to do, show you calculations on this, because there are things you need to know as to how to calculate your water usage, right? We've got our water and we've got our sewage, right? Now you can see here the sewage monthly charge based on the stand size. So there's a particular charge for sewage, and we would multiply whatever that charge is by the size of our stand. All right. With the water, they give us a whole breakdown, meter readings, what the current is, what the daily average usage is, or the daily average consumption. And the one thing you always get asked are these charges over here, right? But I will go through that in another video. For now, we are just reading through all of those. You can see based on these documents, or based on all of that info, that's the subtotal it comes to. The sewage, that's the total it comes to with the VAT, and that's how I get this total over here. So that is my water, sanitation, VAT, and that's what gives me my total over here. So those are the important things to be able to read and look at when it comes to your municipal bill.